So I'm going to ask you to say, and you're going to have to argue the opposite.
Great.
In 60 seconds, that Donald Trump does not deserve a second term.
Are you kidding
in 2024.
me? Are you kidding me?
So you've got to say why he does not deserve a second term in 2024, and you're going to say why he does. So, I didn't even ask your name. What's your name? Danish. So Danish is going to go with why Donald Trump does not deserve a second term in 2024. Off you go.
Donald Trump does not deserve a second term as president of the USA, primarily because he failed the first time. The definition of stupidity is to do something that you know has failed and then to do it again. He is divisive, he is corrupt, he is just not very good at his job. The national debt of the US rose, I can't quote how much, but more than it ever has. He is not a very good diplomat. The amount of statesmen and world leaders he has pissed off and generated negative relations for the US just grows and grows. People say about Joe Biden that he's boring, he's uninspiring, that he is not a statesman-like figure. Donald Trump is an order of magnitude worse than that. Donald Trump is morally an awful person. That might not matter in a world of Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak, Viktor Orban, but it should matter. You want your leaders to be good people, to inspire the populace. If you're a supporter of them, you want to be able to ride into battle for them. I wouldn't want to go into battle for Boris Johnson, for instance.
Okay. Very good. Well done, Danesh. Hold on to the microphone. Danesh has laid down the challenge. So you, Mehdi Hasan, now have to give me 60 seconds.
Can I just say, before you start your clock, there are people filming in here. I just want to make it clear, things are clipped out of context. I do not believe what I'm about to say. I do not believe what I'm about to say.
Very good.
This is a hypothetical
exercise
for the sake of argument.
It is, very much, for the record. We'll have a watermark on the YouTube
We
clip.
will.
So, you noticed the technique of getting more time. You noticed that, I hope.
Also, preemption.
So, 60 seconds on why Donald Trump deserves a second term in 2024.
Okay, I could give you many reasons. I'm going to give you three. As I say in the book, you should always have three reasons. My three reasons is, number one, what were you talking about with the record? Donald Trump's record on the economy, whether we like it or not as leftists and liberals, was a great record until COVID came along. Unemployment was very low. Interest rates were lower than they are now. So whether we like it or not, his economic record was fantastic. His COVID record, do you want me to give you a great statistic? Well, a horrible statistic. More people have died from COVID on Joe Biden's watch than died on Donald Trump's watch. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. Number two, let me just say this. Donald Trump is younger than Joe Biden. I like Joe Biden, but I don't want my president to die in office. There's a very good chance, God forbid, Joe Biden could die in office. Donald Trump is a healthy man. He eats cheeseburgers, he drinks Coke, but you can't deny he has some serious energy with all those long speeches. So he's healthier than Joe Biden. And number three, give the man a chance. He's only running because Barack Obama made fun of him in 2011. So let him have a chance to be president on his own term. I don't believe what I just said. Do not clip this out of context.
Very nice. That was brilliantly done. I think, Dinesh, you don't have a question as well, do you? You were here for the debating, which was great. So I think you can hand the microphone on to your next challenger. Big hand for Dinesh. Tell us your name.
Hi, I'm Zara. Firstly, if I could lose any argument, it'd be to you. So.
Oh, thank you. That's very,
okay,
that's very sweet, but I'm not going to hold back.
So the challenge for you is, I want you to say why the Middle East needs less Western intervention, not more.
Johnny, you're killing me here. You're killing me.
The Middle East is a region with vast cultural and intellectual history. It has advanced the Western world crazily in comparison to what we have achieved. The first university was from a Muslim woman. Algebra was created by a Muslim in the Middle East, and there is a rich history which is ignored by the Western media, and often the West would like to intrude their opinion into how the Middle East should live their life, but really they should concentrate on themselves, because there are a lot of issues in the Western media and the Western world right now. And intervention with the Middle East has historically not gone well. For example, Iraq, for example, Obama bombing Somalia, for example, Iran and the intervention with Afghanistan also. So there is a history of intervention not going well, and there's not been a time where the Western world has intervened with the Middle East and appropriately had a good outcome.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. So Zara says Western intervention in the Middle East has not been a good thing. Oddly, Mehdi Hasan disagrees.
I wish you'd deleted that email in your inbox when it came in.
In 60 seconds.
To be clear, before you start the clock, I do not believe what I'm about to say.
Yeah, 60 seconds on why the Middle East needs more Western intervention, not less.
It's a no-brainer, and once again, I have 3 reasons. You should always have 3 reasons. You're going to remember them. They're good. Number 1, Zara mentions Iraq. Funny, Zara, I think you didn't mention Syria, where tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people died. They wanted Western intervention. We didn't do Western intervention because idiots like me were saying, don't intervene in Syria. And I may have to concede now that I was wrong about that, and actually we should have intervened in Syria to save lives. Number 2, how do you define intervention, Johnny? You had a smile on your face. You acted like intervention means military intervention. Well, I refute your framing of the argument. I reframe it and say Western intervention means support for the Palestinians at the UN. Western countries should back the Palestinians at the United Nations Security Council. That would be a good intervention. And number 3, I was just in the Middle East in December, and all I did was eat at Five Guys and McDonald's. Muslims love Western intervention in the form of halal Western restaurants. Don't deny it. We love it. We love it.
Very good indeed, Zara. Well done, Zara. Our third brave contestant, what is your name?
I'm Sam.
You're Sam. Sam, I'm going to ask you to give us 60 seconds on why Gary Lineker...
I knew it! I knew it!
Why Gary Lineker was in the right and should not have to apologise.
Thank you very much for the motion. So, we're a country of free speech. Is that correct, ladies and gents? Free speech?
Yes!
Free speech. Thank you. Free speech. Our presenters should be able to say what we want to be able to say, whether it's right or wrong. An opinion is an opinion. Would you agree?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I would agree with that. Would you agree, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you very much. So, we are a free country. We have the right to do whatever we wish to do, whether it's right or wrong. We can agree on certain things, we can disagree on certain things. It's different. It doesn't matter whether he's a sports presenter, whether he's a top BBC journalist. It shouldn't matter. He can have the right to say whatever he wants to say about... Why are my feet twitching so much? He should have the right to say whatever he wants to say, whether people disagree with him or agree with him. We're a land of the free and not American. We are British and we are proud to be British, and we should stand with our media journalists, whether they're sports journalists. They should have the right to say whatever they wish to say, regardless of the issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
Love it.
Thank you very much.
I do not believe what I'm about to say about my beloved Gary Lineker.
But nevertheless, your position is that Gary Lineker should apologise, and he was in the wrong.
All right, let's go. Sam, you want to do Q&A, do you? So let's play some Q&A. Do you believe, let's do 3 reasons, 3 questions. Do you believe that we are a country of rules and laws, yes or no? Okay then, so there are rules at the BBC, social media guidelines. You may not like them. Gary Lineker breached those social media guidelines. They're very clear impartiality guidelines. I agree with Lineker. What Lineker said was right, but he broke the rules. That's number 1. Number 2, Sam, do you think we should offend Jewish communities gratuitously? Are you pro-offending Jews? No. Well, Jewish communities were offended by what Gary Lineker said about the 1930s. I don't think we should unnecessarily offend Jewish communities. We should phrase our language and our analogies in a way that doesn't offend Jews. Third of all, do you like hypocrisy, Sam? Are you pro-hypocrisy? So I want to bring up hypocrisy here because, Tim Davie, the BBC Director General, was asked, if he had praised the government, would you have blocked him? And Tim Davie said, I'm not going to answer that, which basically means he wouldn't have let it go. I'm saying, let's ban hypocrisy across the board. We would have been annoyed had Gary Lineker praised Suella Braverman. So I want to say, in the interests of consistency and decency, if we're annoyed if he praises Suella Braverman, we should be annoyed if he criticizes her. Let's not be hypocrites, people. And I don't believe what I just said. Long live Gary Lineker.
Terrific. Well, I think our champion debater has made his point, but only through the fantastic contribution from our three debaters, Zara, Danesh, and Sam. Big hand for them. There you go. Thank you. Very, very good sports indeed. They had no idea that was coming.
Nor did I, Jonathan. Nor did I.
And you did say that you feared when I told you